Just a little bit of background about me. A lot of what Patricia and Claudette said resonated with me a lot. And I was actually like fighting tears because today's like really important for my family. We lost our first niece like 12 years ago today. So it's so crazy that this happened today. It's like God knew that like I needed this environment because I am the rock of my family. So a little just like brief about my like how I became who I am today. I'm also first generation immigrant, so I do come with a lot of that immigration, that child, like that child of an immigrant guilt that like I have to make it because my parents came here strictly for this. So there's no way that you can fail. There's no way you can mess up. There's no way you can do anything. So I grew up like on a pedestal. My sisters both became teen moms. So then that pressure was on me. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. So I was always like, I always got straight A's. Like, I never, like, my hair has to be perfect. So as I grew, I learned that, like, that's not normal. So something I always tell even my nieces now, I'm like, it's okay not to be perfect. You don't have to get straight A's. If you get a B, it's perfectly fine because I know what that did to me. So something that I want you guys to realize is the toxic that what we thought was normal was actually toxic, and it wasn't okay. So I grew up in Paterson, New Jersey, right? So if you're from Jersey, you kind of know it wasn't the best place to grow up from, and that was something again that I learned now being in the real estate industry because I went to Eastside High School, so it was just never like like calm was not normal for me. Even today, I feel like I have so many roles and people are like, you're so busy, you're doing so great. But I still feel like I'm battling that little girl that I just stay busy so I don't have to think about anything else. Like, I don't have to worry about mom because I'm at work and that's the only time she's going to leave me alone. Same thing with my dad. Like, my dad suffers from a heart problem. I'm the one taking him to the ER, taking him to doctors, and people just like us as women, especially, I feel like we just think it's normal. And it's really important to be able to put yourself first. Even there's sometimes I have this quote. It's like like my no is valid. So if my sister asks me if I want to take care of my niece, if I don't want to, I just say no. I don't say no because this. If I want to just relax at home, your no is okay. So that's something I really want you guys to like resonate with you, that if you don't want to do something and it's not okay for you and you just want to be at home eating ice cream, watching your soap operas, that's valid. Growing up, it was kind of crazy because my parents divorced when I was really young, and they did it in a way that they thought was well, but like I went to school, I came back, and like my dad was at my aunt's house. Like, there was no conversation, it was no nothing. It was just like, okay, now I'm in this dual household. I feel like there I had to evolve. I had to become a new Tiffany because I had to wear different hats. I had to choose who I'm spending Christmas with, right? Then right after that, my sisters both wind up having children. They moved out. Then my brother joined the military. So then it was like I had a whole house and that was like only me. So still I feel like I battle this feeling of abandonment. So I think that's why even in relationships, I tend to stay in a toxic one because I'm like, I just want this person here. I just want somebody because you're so used to it. So a lot of like growing up, and I'm 29, like I'm still young, but I feel like I battle myself every day, like you're okay with just being you. Also about like my walk with Christ, right? I became an atheist when I was like 9 up until I was 23, and I got baptized when I was 24. And a lot of that came from just realizing that it's okay not to be perfect. Like, that's when I just like let my hair down. I quit my job. I became a mortgage loan originator. My mom thought I was like losing my mind. The only person that had my back was my dad. And there I realized that I don't need anyone to have my back. I don't need my mom. I don't need anybody. As long as I have like faith in me that I know I can do it. And that was the best decision like I ever made. And then I bought my first property when I was 22. I bought my second one when I was 24. And again, everyone just thought Tiff has it together, but in reality I didn't. Like, I was so afraid to talk to my mom, to my dad. Like, they're amazing parents, but again, I can't let go of that pedestal. So I actually saw therapy in college because I'm like, it won't go on my insurance. My mom would never know. So I started therapy in college and I had like this complete breakthrough. Um, I'm sure the therapist wasn't even equipped to deal with me because, you know, she was in college too. So I was just there crying. But that's when I like, okay, I got this. Um, and yeah, that was pretty much my life in college was school. Then I would work. I would drive from Connecticut to New Jersey because my job was in Jersey and I went to college in Connecticut. And that was just like my everyday routine. And people were like, you know, just quit or whatever. Then I'm like, but who's gonna like help my mom and who's gonna help my dad? And again, that comes from that immigrant mindset because everyone else, no one had student loans, no one had grants, and I'm like, you know, the little girl from Patterson out here just trying to make it. Um, so I have a quote about purpose because I feel like, I'm sorry, about passion, because I feel like once I found out what my passion was, everything changed. So it's a quote from TD Jakes. I call him like my Christian uncle. So it says, if you can't figure out what your purpose is, figure out what your passion is. For your passion will lead you right to your purpose. So I realized that my purpose was helping people, but putting Tiffany first, right? So and when I help people, it brings me joy. So my passion in life, or my purpose now, is to see how I can bring someone joy, because then I feel joyful. Not because, you know, I try to be the best person I am, but it also makes me feel good. And some people say I'm selfish for that, but I don't really believe that. Another passion is problem solving. I realized that if you give me like Tiff, I will figure out a way. If there's a way, I'm going to figure it out. And with that, I say like just really sit down and learn you, because if you don't know you, you really can't love yourself to the 100%. Like date yourself. Like I go to lunch by myself all the time. Sometimes being by yourself is the best company that you can have. Another one is grace, and I heard Claudette say this, but we as women give everyone grace. Somebody can hurt us and we'll forgive them, but then we talk to ourselves so bad and we can't forgive ourselves. So it says grace is not the absence of struggle, it is the presence of protection. So when you give yourself grace, like you're protecting yourself. Some takeaways that I want you to have is really like find out your identity and who you are. And when somebody says like, who are you? You don't want to say, I'm a realtor or I'm a lender. Like you're more than your career, you're more than your job, you're a human first than anything. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm a little nervous. And just the last thing, and what I was gonna have Queen send out is and I'm not a journaler, but I am like a voice memoer. So sometimes even if I'm being mean to myself, or like I'm telling myself something I shouldn't, I put in a voice memo and like I hear it, and then when it's your voice, it just hits a lot harder. So if you're not like a writer, try to talk to yourself on your voice memo on your phone, and it's like you talking to your own self.